Hi, welcome everyone. This is the second lecture of the subject control system. In the previous lecture, I started the chapter named Basics. There we will learn till the terminologies that are involved in control system. In this video, I am going to start the next topic, that is mathematical modeling. Now, what is mathematical modeling? As I said earlier, mathematical modeling is the representation of physical system in terms of some mathematical function. So, mathematical modeling is representation of physical system. In this lecture, we will mainly see in this not only in this lecture but in this lecture series, we will mainly see two types of physical systems. One is electrical, another one is mechanical. Though the lectures will be mainly focused on electrical systems, but we will see some examples of mechanical systems, some mass spring damper system, and some rotational system, that is some translational system, and some rotational. Okay, we will mainly focus this portion of physical system. And what is mathematical representation, we will learn in the whole lecture series. There are three main types of mathematical modeling. One is, as I said earlier, differential equation, transfer function, and state space method. Transfer function method. Okay, so differential equation is the fundamental. I think this is the correct spelling. Differential equation. Differential equation is the fundamental. The physical laws which actually governs the system will be represented in terms of differential equation first. Then from differential equation, by using Laplace transform, we will go for transfer function, and from differential equation, by use of some state variable concept, we will go for state space method. Though the state space method will not be covered in this lecture or in the next couple of videos, I will discuss state space analysis, as I said earlier, in the chapter state space analysis. Okay, here I will mainly discuss differential equation and transfer function. Let me erase this one. So, what is differential equation? We know what is differential equation. Differential equation is the equation where the variables of that equation is time differentiated. Now, any system can be represented by its input output relationship, and the governing equation will be a differential equation between input variable and the output variable. If I denote input variable as xt and denote output variable as yt, then my general differential equation will look like this: an nth differentiation of xt. Okay, let me tell you, when I will mention the differentiation, then I will mention the differentiation with respect to time. If the variable with respect to which we are going to differentiate the function is other than time, then I will mention that variable. Until and unless I mention the name of the variable, always consider the differentiation is with respect to time. Okay, so the nth differentiation of the variable xt is the time differentiation of the variable xt, and n is the order of the order of the equation or order of the differentiation. Okay, a n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 1th derivative of xt. Okay, let me just manipulate one thing. Let me just erase this form. I want to represent the output in terms of input. Okay, so let me put the output variable in the left side. An into nth derivative of yt plus a n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 1th derivative of yt plus so on up to a1 dyt dt and a naught yt is equals to bm dm xt. Now I am in, this is the right side portion, right side expression. Here I am equating the output side expression to the input side expression. Okay, bm minus 1 into m minus 1 as derivative of xt. Similarly up to b1 dxt dt plus b naught xt. So this is the general differential equation that will govern any system. Now the system order will depends on the physical laws that is governing the system. The coefficients, that is an minus 1, a1, a naught, bm minus 1, b1, b naught, everything will be governed determined by the physical laws that is governing the system. Now why I am taking this as n and taking this as m is, we want to make the general thing, and it is not always happen that the output side expression have the same order as the input side expression. So to make it differentiable, to make it differently understandable that this order and this order may not be the same, we consider two different variables, that is n for output side and m for input side. Okay, now I will show you one electrical system here to design design the differential equation of that system in this form. Okay, so let me erase this one. Let us consider a very basic example of an RLC circuit. R, L and C. Now here VIT is the input variable of this system. Okay, now current through the elements will be same because those are in series. So the current through any element or voltage across each element or voltage across any collection of two elements can be considered as output of the system. That means I mean to say the current IT can be the output variable, the voltage VRT can be the output variable, the voltage VLT can be the output variable, sorry, the voltage VCT can be the output variable. Okay, so let me consider VCT as output variable and derive the differential equation. Now I will draw this diagram like this. this is V naught T, this is VCT. As it is obvious from the diagram that V naught T equals to VCT, okay, as it is obvious from the diagram. Now I want to represent this V naught T in terms of the VIT. So let me do some manipulations here. Okay, first apply KVL in this loop. VIT minus VRT minus VLT minus VCT, or we can call it V naught T because both of the V naught T and VCT are same. V naught T equals to 0. I can write this as VIT equals to VRT plus VLT plus sorry, it's okay, V naught T. Let's put it in this form. Okay. Now, if the current through the capacitor is IT, then what will be the voltage current relationship of the capacitor? We know that the voltage current relationship of capacitor is I equals to C into dV naught T dt, dVCT dt, dVCT dt. Okay, I will use this one later. Now for resistance VRT, we can write it as VRT equals to IT into R. VLT we can write it as L dit dt. So let me put all these terms in this equation. It will look like VIT equals to IT into R, that is VRT, L dit dt, that is VLT, and V naught T, which considers as V naught T. Now what is the value of IT? The value of IT is C dVCT dt. Now again VCT is equals to V naught T, so C dV naught T dt. Put the value of I in this equation, IT, that means R into IT, C dV naught T dt plus L dit dt. Now if IT is C dV naught T dt, then dit dt will be obviously C d2 V naught T dt2, that means C d2 V naught T dt2, and this one is V naught T. So this is the governing differential equation of this system. VIT equals to RC dV naught T dt plus LC d2 V naught T dt2 plus V naught T. Now if I arrange a little bit, then it will look like the similar form, the form I shown just earlier, the general form. Let me do this for you. LC d2 V naught T dt2 plus RC dV naught T dt plus V naught T equals to VIT. Look here, the order of the equation is 2. The value of n is 2. Okay, so AN, that is equals to A2 equals to LC the value of A1, that is AN minus 1, AN minus 1 means A1 here, is equals to RC. The value of A naught is equals to 1. and yt is represented by v naught t. As it is obvious, the output was represented by yt, so the output here is v naught t, so v naught t is the yt itself. And what is xt? Xt is the input variable, that is vit. So the order of the equation, order of the expression, mathematical differential expression of input side is 0, and here the order is 2. So the value of n is 2 and the value of m is actually 0 here. That's why we have only one coefficient, that is bm, that is b naught, that is 1. So this is the differential equation of the system. Now based on your requirement, you need to first identify the input variable, then the output variable, then you need to use the physical laws that governs the system, and then by using those physical laws you can arrive to the differential equation of the system. Okay. Now the next thing is transfer function. Before going into transfer function, I need to introduce one concept, that is Laplace transform. As it is obvious that any complex differential equation, any system can be represented by some differential equation, but the differential equation, to solve that differential equation in order to get the output from the input, it is not so much easy. Sometimes it may be so much time consuming, or sometimes it may be so much counterintuitive that you cannot always come up with a solution to that differential equation. So mathematicians actually introduce a concept to solve differential equation, that is called Laplace transform. This Laplace transform actually converts the time domain differential equation into some frequency domain, into an S domain. You call it a frequency domain because S, the variable S, which is Laplace variable, the variable S is often known as sigma plus j omega, and most of the cases we use sigma as sigma equals to 0. So j omega, omega is the angular frequency. Now so what is happening from to convert the time domain expression from time domain to Laplace domain is the real valued function actually becoming a complex valued, but it can be seen that the complex valued function is easy to analyze. So the differential equation, the integral differential equation, will be converted into a simple algebraic equation. So obviously algebraic equation is easy to implement, easy to solve. That's why this concept of Laplace transform actually introduced. So how you are going to convert any system to its Laplace domain? Let's say you have a function ft, a time domain function. You want to transform it into Laplace domain. We often use this letter L to indicate that the Laplace transform operator. Okay. So Laplace transform of ft is often represented by f of s. Remember, this is one convention globally used, that time domain function we usually in time domain we usually use a small letter, and the corresponding Laplace domain, or if you use Fourier transform, the frequency domain will be taken as capital F. Okay, not F only, capital letters. One second. So if the variable is xt, then the transformation will be capital X of s. If the variable is yt, the transformation will be capital Y of s. If variable is Vt, the transformation will be capital V of S, like this. So how you going to convert the time domain function into Laplace domain? There is a formula, that is Fs equals to Laplace transform of Ft equals to integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. This is called actually unilateral Laplace transform. There is also a concept in mathematics, that is bilateral Laplace transform. There in bilateral Laplace transform we actually use minus infinity to plus infinity. Why? The as you can see, the variation will be in the time axis. So time axis is taken from negative infinity to positive infinity. That means the whole time axis is taken and then it is converted to another domain. But in practical scenario, every system which is start at any time, that time is considered to be 0 time. So we use 0 to infinity. But don't worry, you need not to do this integration all the time you are transforming the Laplace, transforming any time domain signal into Laplace domain, because we have certain certain equations, that means certain functions, the standard functions, and the definition of Laplace transform was applied to that and some standard results are obtained, just like integration, standard result of some integrations. Okay, so in control system we will mainly focus on those functions only. We will not go deep into Laplace transform concept of mathematics. We will just use the Laplace transform concept. Okay, I will list down those functions and their Laplace transforms a bit later, maybe in the next video or the video after that. But here let me write down two expression that will be helpful for the analysis which I am going to do now. That if a function f t is transformed to its Laplace domain Fs, then the function, the differentiation of the function is another function which will be transformed in Laplace domain as S of Fs minus f of 0. So what is this? If ft is transformed into Laplace domain resulting Fs, then dft dt will be transformed into Laplace domain resulting this function multiplied with some s minus the initial value of this function ft, the value of f at time t equals to 0. This is time domain and this is frequency domain. The Laplace domain function you obtained earlier after applying Laplace transform on ft, then if you are differentiating the time domain function, then the differentiation will affect in Laplace domain as multiplied by s and subtracted from that multiplication by the initial value of the function ft. Again, if you do the second differentiation, then it will be s square fs minus s of f0 minus f dash 0. Now what is this? If this function is resulting this fs in Laplace domain, then the double differentiation of ft will result the s squared, the order will be the same, the s squared multiplied by the function in Laplace domain minus s into the initial value of the function minus the rate of change of initial value at the time t equals to 0. Okay, and obviously if it is dn ft, that is nth differentiation of ft, that will result s to the power n f of s minus s to the power n f of 0 minus s to the power n minus 1 f dash of 0 up to s to the power 0, that means 1. Here the coefficient is s to the power 0, that means it is only 1, f of n minus 1th differentiation of 0. The differentiation will be 1 less in this position. Okay, here it is 1, so it is 0. Here it is 2, so it is 1. Here it is n, so it is n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula. So I will apply this formula to make the transfer function. Now I am coming to the topic transfer function, the second type of modeling. What is transfer function? Let me first draw a simple diagram. A system, and the system has some output yt, it takes some input xt. Okay, the heading is transfer function. What is transfer function? Transfer function is the representation of a system by its input output relationship, again as just like differential equation, but from differential equation we arrive to transfer function. So what is the definition of transfer function? The formal definition of transfer function is, it is the ratio between the Laplace transform of output and the Laplace transform of input when the system is initially relaxed. So let me write down the key points. The ratio, okay, Laplace transform of output to Laplace transform of input, provided initially relaxed. What does this mean? Initially relaxed. A system is initially relaxed as you can understand that ratio means the Laplace transform of output by the Laplace transform of input. Till this it is okay to understand, but now what this term mean? Initially relaxed. What does initially relaxed means? Initially relaxed means that the system is mathematically the initial condition of the system is 0. That means the system, if there is some charge storing element in the system, then initially when you are obtaining the transfer function, before just before that, just before starting the analysis, while obtaining the transfer function, the system charge storing element didn't have any charge stored inside them. Okay, this is some from electrical point of view. So mathematically what is done, the thing is, if ft is a representation of a system, then ft at t equals to 0 must be 0. This is called initially relaxed system. After t greater than 0, then there can be anything that will be analyzed by analyzing the transfer function or the differential equation or anything, but before applying any input or before starting of the analysis, the system was initially at rest. That means the initial conditions were 0. Now let me again draw the diagram where the electrical signal, electrical system, as you can remember, the series RLC circuit, V naught T, R VIT. Okay, so what was the equation? As far as I know, LC as far as I can remember. I cannot always remember the exact form, but I can derive the form. But I think this was the form: LC d2 v naught t dt2 plus RC d v naught t dt plus v naught t equals to VIT. This was the form, right? Now I am okay. There is time domain information in the left side, which this information is from the output side. In the right side there is another time domain information, and this information is of the input side. Now if I convert this time domain information into Laplace domain and this time domain information into its Laplace domain again, so LC d2 v naught t dt2. Now I said v naught t will have the Laplace transform as v naught of s. So what will d2 v naught t dt2 have? It will be having s square v naught of s, as you can remember, v naught of 0 minus v naught dash of 0. This was the formula. You should remember that this one. So, and again I am going to derive the transfer function of this system, and remember what I just said, that the transfer function, while obtaining the transfer function, the initial condition must be 0. So in this equation, what is the initial conditions? What are the initial conditions? This is initial condition, and also this one is initial condition. So this one will be 0, this one will be 0. So we will have d2 v naught t dt2 as Laplace transform to s square v naught s only. So let me write down here s square v naught s plus, similarly RC d v naught t dt will have s v naught s minus v naught 0, and as we are obtaining the transfer function, the v naught 0 will be 0, so it will have only v naught s plus v naught t, as it is obvious, v naught s, and VIT will be VI of s. Now look, this equation in Laplace domain is a simple algebraic quadratic equation, but this equation was a differential equation which was hard to solve, but this equation is very much easy to solve and easy to handle actually. So you can take common v naught s from this side, and it will come as s square LC plus s RC plus 1, and in this side it will be VI of s. Now let me erase this portion. Okay, so this is the Laplace transform of output, Laplace transform of input, and this system is analyzed while the initial conditions are 0. So v naught s by VIS, if I take this to this side and to this side, then it will look like s square LC plus s RC plus 1. This is the transfer function of this system. So the system, the electrical system which is here, the transfer function of this electrical system as obtained is this one. Now why it is so much useful? First of all, it is the it is an algebraic equation and it is easy to analyze. And next, while block diagram, we actually represent system in terms of blocks. I am erasing this portion. Okay, so this system can be represented by some blocks and some signal lines Okay. Now this diagram is pretty common for these video lectures, and look, this is the first time we are representing this. We were representing this block as some physical system or electrical system. Now how that electrical or physical system will be transferred to this diagram, I haven't I didn't tell you that thing. Now this is the time where I am introducing this concept, how this is converted. This is converted by this Laplace transform, and this expression is called the transfer function of this system. So in each block, the transfer function will be mentioned. LC square plus SRC plus 1. It is VIS and it is V naught S. So this is the representation in terms of block of any physical system. I think the time is over now. See you in the next lecture.